week, as you remember, we were doing a lot of videos. And you can go back to those channels and actually watch, or back to those shows and watch it for yourself and kind of see how we did that. But it was because of that work that each one of these young folks got to these must-haves. And this is just a start. But one of the most key important element and kind of the learning lesson number one today is that whatever or however you finish your first lab or a lab, that kind of result, or what we call tensions or ahas, should be the start of your second lab or the second work. Because it's really important that your students, no matter what age, college or in third grade elementary school, understand that what they put in last week is very important. And that time they put in should be respected. And how do you do that? By showing them. It's their work that creates the new work of this lab. And so we're going to start from there, what we call additive storytelling. What did we focus on last week? Like, what were we spending more time doing?
Watching videos.
Watching videos, okay? And the videos were from where?
YouTube.
YouTube. They were on YouTube, right? But we only spent a little bit of time talking about your guys' thoughts about COVID, right? And where did those thoughts come from last week?
Our writing journal.
Or your writing journal. But also in the same breath, this week we want to do something different. We want to flip it a little bit, okay? This week we want to focus more on the virus, COVID, and what it means in our world today. And we're going to use a little bit to start us from your videos. So, what I want you to do first is, I want you to look at only the words in the brown. I want you to pick the one most important word that you think you've written down, that you think is the most important out of all three spots, and either circle, star, heart, whichever one you think it is. And only just one. What do you think, Quino? What is the most important word in your mind? Okay, circle dark. So for Quino, it's going to mean that he's thinking right now that dark, out of those three things, is the most important piece right now for him today. And for Michelangelo, he starred give up. Giada, what did you heart?
Funny.
Funny. Okay, so they went by and they starred and circled and hearted all of those pieces.
Disruption.
We like to take your idea from you and ask other people to play with it. So watch this. Michelangelo, can you go over to Quino's spot? Don't do it yet. Quino, can you go to Giada's spot? And Giada, can you go to Angelo's spot? I want you to go ahead and star, heart, or circle whichever word you think is most important there. Now, if that word is the same word, go ahead and circle again, or go ahead and heart again, or star again. Whichever you think is the most important word there, you go ahead and do. So again, they get their opportunities. Michelangelo put comedy. All right. Quino put funny, and Giada put care. All right, let's move again. Last week was a video content lab. This week, we're doing something where we're allowed to share at the collaborative spaces of our new ideas. But not just simply our new ideas, be able to work together at the intersections of each one of our ideas so we can create really new kinds of stories that each one of us can support but are informed by our peers' ideas as well. Can you guys step back real quick now with me and look at this together? Let's look at this together. What are we seeing here? What actually has been either circled or hearted 3 times or 2 times? I see one that's been circled 3 times, Mama. Do you?
Funny.
Funny. What about other ones, Mama? What's been circled twice or starred or hearted?
Care. That's really
right.
Good.
Okay. You guys are obviously recognizing right now that you think laughter and care are some of the most important elements for a YouTube channel that you're going to come out with right now. All right, everybody, stand up real quick.
Stand up.
All right, put your markers back in the bin.
That's awesome.
Our friends over at
NPR
created these amazing comics, right? These comics that are actually built for young people to kind of navigate and understand all the issues around the coronavirus, but also how to manage them and all the human elements to this. What I'm going to do is actually find a place where you guys can have some room and get on the floor, everybody, okay? I'm giving each one of them the same one. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab one for Giada and you. Okay, here's how we're doing the additive story. What we usually ask everybody to do in a kind of rip and tear part before we start the additive storytelling model is I want you all to be thinking and reading first, from top to bottom. I want you to read this comic. And after you read, I want you to start ripping out words that you think are curious to you or questioning, or maybe it might be questionable for somebody else. Typically when we kind of do this ripping and tearing for the university level, we kind of put the students or the faculty on a timer, like 2 to 3 minutes, because if you allow them an unlimited amount of time, they'll rip everything. They really will. But when you're dealing with young folks like this who are kind of doing this in a form model with actually very, very curious content, such as the coronavirus work, giving them as much time as possible so they're comfortable with it is fine, because you can see they're doing great work ripping out as they need to.
Away. It's very important to remember that this is the kind of virus that affects anybody. It doesn't
You can actually go ahead and find, we'll put the link in the description of this video so you can actually download this yourself. It's a really beautiful, kind of actually a zine model. I think it'd be a really helpful tool to communicate and kind of converse with children of all ages.